So, Cryptos R Us got banned again. And I am here to talk about why he got banned and my thoughts on it. So, this is the second time he's got banned. The first time I believe it was for talking about something with COVID, and that was when like YouTube was like banning everyone, not just crypto channels, but like all channels if they mentioned COVID at all. Like I actually got a couple of strikes then as well. And then YouTube kind of lifted that policy, and that all essentially went away. So this time it's something different because I think it's only him. I don't really think anyone else got banned today. But why did he actually get banned? Well, there's a couple of theories. One is that like Crypto Rand or someone like accused him of like copying ideas or copying his content. I don't think that's it, and I'll tell you why in a while. Two is because of that whole spiel, his whole spiel in that restaurant of like the physical characteristics of like a certain waiter. I think that's dumb, but I also don't actually think that's why he got banned. And three, that he's like promoting, Ben Armstrong and the whole karate combat thing, which is I think the reason he got banned. Um, and if you actually look at the reason that YouTube gave him, now YouTube gives pretty generic reasons of why they ban people. They don't tell you the exact reason, but it was for harmful and dangerous content. Now, the crypto Rand or crypto whoever was talking about him like stealing their content. First of all, stealing ideas isn't illegal. Like you can't just be like, that's my idea. He did something with it. And so now I'm going to ban him. That doesn't really work. You can't really strike someone for that. But you can strike someone for using your video clips or using your content. For instance, Fox News struck Brian Tyler Fox News struck David Pacman a couple of times. And he's a much, much bigger channel than most of these crypto channels. So like he can actually, they can actually strike that. But the thing is, like, if he actually got banned for copyright strikes, the reason YouTube would give him is for copyright violations, not for harmful and dangerous content. And the thing is, some of you are like, oh, maybe he just reported him and Crypto Queen or whoever just reported him. I would like to say that most of YouTube's bans are their automated bot. It's actually not by other people reporting you. Obviously, other people can report you, and you can actually get banned by that, but it's generally like basically the automated bot that picks up things. That's where most of the bans happen. Pretty much like all the COVID bans basically happened because of that. The thing is like about like crypto influencers reporting each other. I've never reported anyone, regardless of like how bad I think their content actually is. Even like the scammer channels, I've never really reported. I don't like them. I don't watch them. I tell my viewers to stay away from them. Like, and those are the ones where it's like give me one crypto to get three in return. I don't really report those. I just tell people to stay away from those. The thing is, like, for influencers that aren't doing that, just because you don't like what they say, like, I don't care if you talk shit about them on your channel. That's perfectly fine. Everyone talks shit about each other just to get views or whatever. That's perfectly fine. I don't care if you insult them. I don't really care if you, like say bad things about them. You can't make threats, obviously. I don't care if you call them scammers or whatever. That's all fine. That's all like fair play. But if you actually actively try to report them and like get their channel banned just because they're hyping something up or something, I think that's actually wrong. Because like that actually affects their living expenses, their everyday living. A lot of YouTubers make money and that's a large part of their income, and I would never actually report someone. Now, I might report one of those eventually, like that's like, oh, give me one Bitcoin and get three back, because that's obviously just a huge scam. But like, even for a lot of the maxis and stuff, I really don't like them, and I'll make fun of them sometimes, or like I'll say like in my videos that hey, they're just scamming you and stay away from it because they're like maxis and they're doing for clicks, or like they have a bunch of this coin and they just want to sell you and make you exit liquidity. I'll say that on my channel, but I will never actually report someone for that because like they can still have their opinion if they really. I don't know if they actually, because I don't know for 100% that whether they mean what they say or not, and I'm not going to make the assumption and get someone banned because of that, because I think it's wrong. Like if they want to say like XRP is $100, yeah, I think that's mostly a scam, but I'm not going to report like any YouTuber for doing that. I think it could be their honest opinion. Some people are kind of deluded, so I do actually think it's their opinion. So I would never actually strike a channel for that. Like I think it's ridiculous, but some people believe in it and just have their way. So if it was like Crypto Queen or Crypto Rand or whoever that banned George because they have a personal grudge against George, I think that's totally, totally uncalled for. But the thing is, like, I don't think it was Crypto Rand that was like striking George just for the copyright stuff, because that would have been another note that George would have gotten. It wouldn't have been harmful and dangerous content. Now, the second theory is, that his whole spiel in the restaurant with the looks of that waitress. I think that was just George being immature, honestly. I don't think he would have gotten like banned for it. And it was like serious and repeated violations of community guidelines. So he did it multiple times. And it seems to me he only did it once with that. And I mean, I guess that person could have actually reported him, or someone else could have actually reported him for that as well. But the thing is, like, that also wouldn't be like harmful or dangerous content. That might fall under YouTube's bullying rule, and he could have gotten banned for that. But once again, that would actually be a different note that George would have got. It would have actually been, hey, you were bullying this person, and that's against our policy. But the one that he specifically got was harmful and dangerous content, or content that could actually put people in, like, jeopardize people's health, jeopardize people's harm and stuff like that. Some people said like he was criticizing the efficacy of vaccines. I don't think so. Like, YouTube has basically gotten over that whole COVID thing. And, like, people on my channel in the live stream now, I'm not anti-vax, so I don't say bad things about vaccines. But the thing is, like, people in my channel will actually criticize them all the time, or people that are in my live stream. I don't know if YouTube actually picks up in the comments in live stream, because that's like impossible to moderate one for one all the time. So maybe they don't like check for that, but I don't actually think it was for that as well. Although it might have been, because obviously YouTube will ban you for, like, I guess, misinformation on the medical field or something like that that doesn't, follow through with the WHO or whatever. But I actually don't think it was that. Like, repeated harmful and dangerous content, he didn't actually get banned for misinformation either. So that's why I think it's him promoting the karate fight thing that he's doing, which obviously it wasn't really worth it for him if he actually gets banned for that, because he's promoted that more than once, and that would actually fit in with like repeated violations of guidelines. Now, I don't really know if Karate Combat actually violates guidelines. I mean, like, YouTube has like content with like UFC fights all the time, and that doesn't violate guidelines. But maybe YouTube does not know that this thing is actually legit, and he's like promoting an illegal fighting ring. That actually might be why YouTube actually banned him, because like they think he's promoting an illegal fighting ring, and he's promoted it multiple times. And I think in one of his videos, more of his videos, he actually left a link. And obviously, like, promoting an illegal fighting ring would be against YouTube's guidelines. I'm not really sure how familiar YouTube is with Karate Combat. Now, YouTube's automated ban bot, that just kind of needs to go away, honestly. The automated ban bot is like god awful. They basically ban and strike people for no reason, and then they have to like reinstate people. But the people that get banned, if they're depending on it for a living, they just lost several days in terms of income, and that's unacceptable. To me, for a lot of people, because you're denying them like, several days income, and that could really critically hurt them. So YouTube actually needs to cut back on that. The other thing is, I do think George will actually get his channel back. He's gotten banned before because of the COVID thing, and I do think he got his channel back successfully last time. And he was banned for 3 months last time, by the way. So I do actually think he will get his channel back this time. It might take a couple of days, but he has 660 something thousand subscribers, so they might give him more priority, because he's probably making YouTube a ton of money as well. That's just how it goes. Like, the more supporters you have, the more subscribers you have, the more popular you are, the easier it is to get your channel back, the more influential you are. So I do actually think he will get his channel back fairly soon, actually, probably like a couple of days, a week or two, but that still denies him a lot of income. And I do think YouTube is eventually going to shoot itself in the foot, because even though they don't have a lot of competition right now, there are things like, Rumble, and like especially X now that actually is striving for content as well. So they're going to face competition. If the competition isn't so stringent on the rules and still pays uploaders, I think YouTube's going to have to change its policy to become a lot more lenient on its base. Personally, like for guidelines, I actually think YouTube shouldn't try to be like a moral guide. I do actually think YouTube should just delete illegal stuff, and then like everything that's not illegal, maybe not like pornographic or something, because that gets with like under 18 and all that stuff. Like anything that's not illegal or pornographic, I think should actually be illegal. I mean, it should be legal. I follow YouTube's guidelines pretty closely. I like do a lot of checks and make sure I don't violate anything, but I do think they are too stringent for a lot of people. It's much too easy to actually get banned. So I do think George is going to get his. I do actually think George is actually going to get his channel back. I do think he got banned for promoting the Karate Combat thing, dropping a link because YouTube doesn't really like that. But I do actually think YouTube needs to lighten up on its policy a little bit and get rid of the automated ban bots. So that's my thoughts on it. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button, and let me know what you think on this subject. I will see you guys later.